It's actually pretty easy to stay ahead of 99% of people using AI, because majority of the people that even know that AI exists only use it as a fancy search engine or to have some content generation going on. They don't even know about all of the tools and all of the possibilities possible with AI. And this is exactly what we are going to cover in this video. I will show you the framework that I built called the Ahead framework that will help you to stay ahead of everyone else by implementing AI in your business and growing your business using AI. My name is Bunin and I'm co-founder of Pareto Talent, where we find, train and place executive assistants with high-paced entrepreneurs. And one of the core skill set that all of the entrepreneurs are asking for is AI. So the last couple of years I spent in training more than 1,500 people on how to use AI and how to implement it with the high-end entrepreneurs to grow their businesses. And in this video, I will show you a framework that I developed for all of my assistants and entrepreneurs that I work with that help them to stay ahead using AI. Here at Pareto Talent, we use AI for everything. Our matching system that we utilize in order to match executive assistant with entrepreneur uses more than 40 different data points from both the executive assistant and the business owner in order to find the matching skill set and matching requirements to find the perfect executive assistants for each entrepreneur, including personality assessments, hard skills, soft skills, and things like that. The whole of this app was built using Lovable, OpenAI API keys, and Airtable API keys, a couple of other things. So that allowed me to build a pretty complex app altogether with nothing but AI. And the whole development cost of something like that was like $300 in Lovable credits. Even before we dive into the actual framework, here's what you need to understand about AI. It grows so freakingly fast that it's hard to keep up. So if you are not dedicating at least one day a week in exploring AI tools and implementing them in your business, you are massively losing out. So I blocked part of my Mondays on actually going onto a product hunt and exploring all of the tools that are available right now to me, and then checking them out and seeing what actually would work. If you are not familiar with the product hunt, you can go to the producthunt.com, and in here you will see all of the cool releases from both the small creators and the large companies presented to you in here. And in here you can jump in, you can vote, you can leave comments and things like that. The main thing that you need to do is just play with them. So whenever you see all of these apps, just open like a couple of them. As I can see here, vibe coding tool, I use a lot of those. Instant docs and SDKs for the APIs. Linktree, but sexier and unbranded. Let's try that one as well. You will see that again, a lot of these are AI apps that again were not popular before. And a lot of the apps that we are using right now, including again Lovable, Replit, Bolt, and so on for the vibe coding, they were here before they were popular. So this is your place to check the AI tools first, because if you hear about some AI tool from a client of yours, from a business partner, for someone else, it's already too late. It's already everyone else is taking advantage of that and they're already implementing that in your business. So your first thing that you need to start doing is to have an exposure to all of these tools, right? So this is even before we are jumping in any actionable things in here, right? So you will see again here, AI builder for your ideas, right? We can jump in and code similar stuff, as I can see, to what we are using Lovable. Next SDK, Linky, again, social tree in here, Snapdeck to prepare decks and things like that. So a lot of amazing tools that majority of entrepreneurs will not hear about. Even right now, for whatever reason, whenever I mention Product Hunt to, again, 7-figure entrepreneurs, majority of them never heard about this in the first place. So use that to explore all of the tools. Okay, so now let's dive back into the actual Ahead system. So in our Ahead system, everything starts with an A, which is the automate your thinking. What it means is that you need to build custom GPTs that will help you to utilize similar frameworks to what you are using within your decision-making processes to allow to do that much faster and to allow you to delegate it to somebody else. So what I mean by that is that you can create GPTs like your custom GPT for your voice, where you will outline exactly the instructions, the knowledge, and everything else. So your EA, executive assistant, will be able to use this custom GPT without asking you to generate something, which again saves you time and allows you to be ahead of other people, because you now have extra hours to invest in your business by building cool stuff. I have a full video on how I built that voice AI, so go ahead and watch that. Next, you can go ahead and build custom GPTs that will be optimized for each particular social media network, like that one that I use for the LinkedIn. In here, I went ahead, I provided all of the best practices. I provided a lot of the posts from, again, great creators in here. and my brand questionnaire, LinkedIn post examples, presentations, part to talent story, everything that will allow this AI to crush it. So rather than just using a generic chat, and like what I see a lot, entrepreneurs just use the same chat over and over again, thinking that, okay, it will go forever. You build this sort of custom GPTs that allow you to optimize processes in your business that will now not require you. So now I can again offload this to my EA and have my EA generate content for my LinkedIn using that without me interfering with all of that. Or you can build a custom GPT that will act as your business consultant. So in this custom GPT, I fed it with all of the knowledge about my business, with all of the SOP, with all of the diagrams, with all of the business maps of my business, so it knows exactly how it's structured. And then on top of that, I went ahead and populated some of the coolest materials from business gurus that allow me to optimize my business constantly. So once you will have something like that, another thing that I see people are underutilizing is using Dictation. So yes, we have like these standard tools directly within the chat GPT, right, where you can click Dictate and start doing that. But a lot of the apps don't allow for that. So in order to fight that, I use a tool called Whisperflow that allows me to dictate in all of the different apps. So by doing that, I can communicate and engage with AI much more and provide much more better context to AI, because this is the biggest problem that I see with people using AI. They don't give enough context. Whenever I build any custom GPT, it's not even complete without at least 4 different PDFs that outline like the topic, outline the examples and things like that. So in here with these custom GPTs for your business consultants, you can do something like that. Hey, outline to me what is my current pricing models and what A/B test I might want to do with my pricing for cold traffic from Facebook ads. And because this AI has access to all of the context, it has access to all of my landing pages, to all of my decks, to all of the examples, it can go ahead and prepare a pretty robust example, giving me all of the different ideas that I might want to try, right? So in here again, you see I don't need to provide any extra context. I don't need to explain what is my pricing. It knows all of that. That's the reason of this custom GPTs, is to build kind of a second brain situation where you give it the knowledge on particular topic and keep it pretty narrow. So you won't be able to have like GPT for like absolutely everything and this is one GPT. No, like keep them narrow, keep them focused on the specific task that you want to do, right? So in here, again, it goes ahead and analyzes, okay, placement fee versus non-placement fee. So option A, option B, go ahead and try that. Risk reversal, so lifetime replacement guarantee current or try 2 weeks for free. Monthly was versus quarterly billing, maybe just do only the quarterly billing, right? And anchor high, present mid-tier, so test 3 pricing grids, so 4K, 3K, and 2K pricing, right? All of these are like pretty actionable insights, and the reason why it can do that is because of the way these custom GPTs are built. So what I recommend you to start with is to focus on outlining your main 4 GPTs. It's like communication GPT, building your voice so you can delegate things to somebody else and you can write content faster, you can write emails faster, and so on. The second one is the actual content GPT, something that will allow you to start building and working on your personal brand, so you'll be able to utilize AI to generate high performant content based on a lot of different frameworks. So you can utilize content that already performs for someone else, you can generate ideas yourself, you can use AI to generate ideas, you can just use the headline frameworks and things like that to generate high performant content. Next is the operations GPT that will be trained on your SOPs and GPT that will be able to give you advices and insights on how to implement things. And lastly is the strategy GPT. So GPT that will be trained on your overall business model, on your overall niche, and will be able to give you guidance on how to continue growing your business. So how many entrepreneurs do you think have like these 4 GPTs in order to scale their business? I think much less than 99%. The step 2 in our AHEAD framework stands for hire, and hire not just people, but hire AI workers. So have AI to work for you, even if you are not prompting it to. So the best way I found how to do something like that is to start building your own proprietary apps. So using tools like Lovable, you can vibe code almost anything. So in here, for example, I just vibe coded an app that allows me to repurpose my content without, again, having to do too much work. So whenever I have a video ready to go, I can go into the YouTube, get the transcript of this particular video. So just copy and paste all of this description in here. I can then go to my Lovable, paste it in here and click generate content. And it will go ahead and generate me content for a LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and a blog post that my EA can just copy and paste on all of these different platforms. Here's the idea is that it utilizes my exact voice, it utilizes my tone, it utilizes the actual content that I presented, but in a video format, and then outputs it to me using my prompts and my brand voice for all of these other platforms. So something like that, like even if you delegate it to your EA, it would take them much more time to go through one by one of your like custom GPTs to generate that. Instead, you can go ahead and build an app for internal use that your team will be able to utilize. And do you think you can later on sell this app? You can charge people for this app? I think that the answer is probably yes. So here is the output for this app. It goes ahead and again gives me a complete overview of my video by using my exact transcript, right? Same for again Facebook thread strategy, Twitter threads, and for blogs it gives me a complete HTML. And I customize fully the settings in here, created prompts and things like that. So apps like that is what allows you to like stay ahead. So if I go back, you will see that I got a lot of this. So whenever I need to like create landing pages, whenever I need to create some quick app to do something, whenever I need to create lead magnets, I use apps and build them using this way. Right now I like went even further. I just delegated to my executive assistant to build this like lead magnets for me, allowing me to move even faster. So apps like that will allow you to employ AI and ensure that the AI is actually performing while you're sleeping actually, because now that you are not the one to actually have to do this work, you can delegate it to your team and your EA or to your virtual assistant to have them utilize these tools on your behalf and grow your business for you. The other thing that is possible right now is to automate almost anything using AI. So when you've built these AI apps or automations using NA10, you can move to our next stage, which is the empower your team in our ahead framework. Using AI is not just about you as a business owner, how to implement it. Using AI is about everyone else that you work with, either your employees or vendors or contractors. You can empower them by giving them strong AI tools that they will be able to utilize in order to work more efficiently. By default, you want to ensure that all of your team has access to tools like ChatGPT Pro, so they can build their own custom GPTs for their workflows, but then have an internal SOP that they need to document what custom GPTs they have, so all of the team can access them if needed. That is what will allow you to build AI first companies by building this sort of apps and custom GPTs and automations that are well documented within your organization. So then if you are to make an exit from your company, you can sell all of that as well. One of the tools that we built for our team to use is our matching tool. So in this tool, once entrepreneurs take their questionnaires, it links to our Airtable, it links to OpenAI, it then outputs me all of the assistants that I have available. It then can generate basically assistant profiles for me by using the data that I have available in Airtable. It then can go ahead and generate me matches for entrepreneurs. So here's a like test record. If I click start matching process, it asks me for sales transcript. It utilizes that as well, and then outputs me who it thinks would be the best match for that particular entrepreneur, and then reason that using more advanced logic in here. So tools like that will allow you to empower your team to do their work like much more efficiently. This is the way for you to actually scale the company. It's not to rely on your EA just using like ChatGPT or custom GPTs. Is to empower them with more advanced tools and giving them access to that. We internally have a budget of approximately $500 per month for trying tools, where we go ahead and just register for something, see if it works, right? That will allow you to sometimes find tools that actually explode your productivity, explode your business. This is a similar way like in Solutions 8, in our previous agency that we exited for 8 figures from. We found this one tool that allowed us to optimize the onboarding process for all of the clients significantly. It was much better than any other agency. That is what gave us the unfair advantage over everyone else and led to higher multiples during the exit as well, is because of the performance of this process. So that's why always try new tools, always implement things. And if you don't have time for that, have your EA to do that for you. So the stage 4 in our ahead framework is acceleration, is accelerating the output, is doing more of the same. So imagine again, one business that does again 1 LinkedIn post a day versus another that does 10 of them. This is what is the unfair advantage that AI can provide you with. It can generate you much higher output compared to someone that doesn't use AI or uses AI inefficiently. Another thing that I like to show an example whenever we talk about the acceleration is the inbox management. Vast majority of entrepreneurs still use either Gmail, Outlook, or sort of Yahoo or Apple Mail. Here is the problem. All of these tools, they are not AI first tools. They will not allow you to empower your company or yourself with AI. So that's why I always mention tools like Shortwave. This tool is AI first tool for your inbox. It has a built-in chat GPT that can do things for you. I can ask it, hey, what are the sales calls that we had booked last week? And this AI, because it has access to my complete inbox, it can go ahead and search my full inbox. It can output me the exact emails and reference them in here. It can also generate you drafts. It can generate you context, like summary of the email threads and things like that. So in here you will see it goes ahead and gives me the exact information of all of the clients that book their sales call. So things like that will allow you to go much faster. Or whenever you're again replying to an email, right? I can go in here and ask AI to generate a draft, right? So it will go ahead, it will analyze my full thread, and then it will give me the exact context on how to reply to this particular email. I can also use AI to book meetings in my calendar and so on. So in here, as you can see, again, it went ahead and prepared a draft that is ready to go. It just asked me again, replied that again, confirms the schedule request, knows the urgency, provides clear next steps. So implemented all of the best practices. And the best thing is that it optimizes my workflow and the workflow for my executive assistant. So my EA doesn't have to copy and paste emails back and forth with custom GPTs. This is what the power of these tools can give you. And the way, again, I discovered Shortwave was on one of the calls with my clients, actually. I think it was Marcos. Marcos mentioned me this amazing tool, which is just great. And we implemented it with all of our EAs, right? So always be exposed to all of this new technology. Without a proper exposure, you won't even know what's possible. And the stage number 5 in our AHEAD framework stands for Delegate. So once you've done the full 4 stages in the beginning, once you automated everything, created tools, empowered your team with them, and accelerated the output, you now can go ahead and just delegate the rest. So you can focus even more on the things that actually matter, on learning AI, right? So once you see that, okay, I cannot build automation for that particular action, this is where you know that, okay, I need to take some like human being that will be able to execute this task on like for me, so I can focus on things that actually grow my business. And this is what we actually focus on in Pareto Talent, is empowering entrepreneurs with AI, with automation, and with a proper delegation to somebody who can execute on their behalf and help them to grow their business. If you know that you're looking for somebody that can take things off your plate and you don't have to worry about that, go to paretotalent.com and schedule a quick strategy call with us, where we will show you exactly the things that we recommend you to delegate, and then we will match you with a trained executive assistant within 24 hours, so you will be able to start immediately. So now let me recap this AHEAD system for you completely. So first, with the A, we focus on automating your thinking, on building custom GPTs that allow you and your team to streamline the decision-making process, streamline the content creation process, and so on. So now you can use AI properly, not just ask it like back and forth, use it like a search engine. You can use it to actually make strategic decisions. Next, with the H, we go ahead and hire the AI to work for us by building custom automations, building custom tools that you can utilize within your business. Next, we empower our team to actually go ahead and utilize all of these different tools to make them more productive. So now your team can use AI on your behalf without you even knowing that. Next, we go ahead and accelerate the actual output. We focus on the tools that allow us to have not 1x output, but 10x the output and do things faster. So again, 1x versus 10x, like if you spend 10 minutes on the task, but now can spend 1 minute on the task, this is the kind of things we are talking about, where we can empower you as a founder to focus on growing your business. And lastly is whatever we couldn't automate, we go ahead and delegate. we give it to somebody else on our team and empower them with AI tools, so you are not the one to touch these things. If you're not sure where to start after all of this, I would recommend to either use a custom GPT, build yourself your first custom GPT that will have your proprietary knowledge, will have transcripts of your videos, transcripts of your calls, whatever it is that you will train on particular action that you want to take. And another thing that I recommend to do is start opening Product Hunt. Open Product Hunt and see what's possible. In Product Hunt, you can see what's trending today, yesterday, last week, last month, last year, and see what are the actual tools that are available, and then see if they're applicable to your actual business, and just go ahead and try them. And never hesitate to pay for AI tools. So if you're not in position to pay for them just yet, do the free trial, see if you can make money on them. If the AI tools makes you money, it's not a spending, it's an investment basically. But imagine it's the same during like gold rush. Imagine that people say, hey, like shovels are expensive, I'm not sure if it actually works for me. It means that you're not actually sure if you will be able to find the actual gold. If you're sure that like you know where it exists, you know, yeah, like you just need to grab shovel and go dig it, then go ahead and buy the freaking shovel. If this was helpful, share it with a fellow entrepreneur and subscribe to this channel for more videos like that will help you to use AI to grow your business, to automate things, to delegate more efficiently. I'm seeing you in the next one.